What's up, guys? How's it going? All right, today I'm gonna do I've been trying to figure out how I'm gonna do YouTube because there's so many different ways to do it. Pokemon, there's thousands of different ways. Some people look at charts. Some people do like the Poke Beach thing every day, like make a video every day. I don't have time for all that. I can't make a video. I could make a video every day, but I like to rest after work and I don't like to kill myself and I like to have a good time and I like to hang out with my family. And so I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. And I was thinking at work today, maybe like once a week, because Poke Beach is cool. Is it Poke Beach? Yeah, Poke Beach is cool. And it has a lot of information and news. And if I'm going to be doing this, I got to cover things that are going on in the hobby. So I'm probably going to do a week recap. Like, these are probably a bunch of things you've already seen and already know about because everyone and their grandma, every time a new card gets shown, there it's the Instagram, YouTube, it's all that. And I don't want to do that, like try to chase that every day or try to be the first one to post anything. I don't care about any of that. I'm just doing this for fun and a hobby. And anyways, yeah. So we'll look at Poke Beach and I'll do some kind of news stuff and give my opinions on some things, but I'm also going to do this whenever I get something new in the video. I got this card. I recently picked this up. I really like this card. It does remind me of cannibalism. I don't know why. It just looks like they're about to cook somebody. It reminds me of that Pirates of the Caribbean movie where they're about to cook Jack Sparrow. PSA 10. I got this thing for $40. $40. That's what happens, I guess, when you wait. I doubt that. When that first came out, I bet it was way more than $40 in PSA 10, but I waited. And you can't always do that. It's not always that way, but with some cards it is. And I am glad. I was looking at this. I'm so glad that English decided to go to the silver borders, because if you've seen this card in English, I think that's why they decided to go to the silver borders, because these alt art cards, when they have a yellow border, it just looks, sometimes it clashes with the art. And I think silver goes with everything, and that's why they moved to it, because of these full art. You know what I mean? Go look at for instance, I think the Galarian Moltres has that pretty blue background with the moon. And then there's that tacky yellow. It just, I don't know. It doesn't looks like McDonald's or something. I'm glad they decided to change it to silver. And yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are too. All right. Let's go into the news. It's going to be like a week recap or something like that. You've probably, what the hell? See, this is what I got to be careful about. I got to make sure before I upload it, there's no like porn pop-ups. But look at this thing, man. We don't care about that. All right. Here we go. The first thing. This Pokemon Champions game. Oh, man. I'm excited for this. I think it's going to be really cool. The only thing is I can't decide if I want to get it on Switch. Well, I don't know if it's going to be free to play or not. But if it's free to play on Switch, this is my train of thought. If it's free to play on Switch, you're going to have to pay for like the Switch Online monthly. And I don't like that. I don't want to pay monthly to play online. When if it's on the phone, I doubt you'd have to pay I doubt you'd have to pay monthly to play online on your phone. So I think I'm going to get it on the phone. And if it's not free to play, it's like I have to buy one for my Switch. I got to buy one for the kids' Switch. And then, I don't know. I'm excited about this game. I think it's going to be cool. It's going to be like Pokemon Stadium, kind of. I guess the Pokemon Stadium was awesome. Nintendo 64, Pokemon Stadium. My favorite game on there was the Magikarp game where you kept boom, boom, boom. I forgot the noise it makes, but you know what I'm talking about. I liked that game, and the game that I hated the most was the freaking Clefairy, ding, ding, Clefairy. That rhythm game, I hated that game. I always lost at that game. Oh yeah, wasn't there like a... Oh, I liked the one where the Rattatas were freaking running on the treadmills and you had to jump at the right time. That was fun too. This game's going to be awesome. I can't wait to play it. I can't wait to beat everyone. I hope that... Oh, it would be really cool if you could... Like, they have championships, as in... You know how they do the card game world championships and stuff like that? If you could do online and win money for getting, like, in the top 10 of, you know what I mean, tournaments and stuff. I also think it'd be really cool if they had guilds, like kind of like a trainer's gym, like a gym leader, but not a leader, a whole group of your friends, and you like fight like a tier list. You know what I'm talking about, like the World Martial Arts tournament in Dragon Ball Z, kind of like that. Like, I don't know, I think it'd be really cool. They could do a lot of cool stuff. And they could also screw it up, but I'm excited for this. All right, next thing. We'll get to the TCG. Okay, here we go. This is going to be hard to get. Now, oh man, I don't want this at all. I don't really I like evolutions. They're cool. When I was a kid, I really liked Jolteon. Jolteon was always the one I would evolve it to in the red version. And, I never even knew how to evolve it into Umbreon I never did. I never evolved it into Umbreon on the crystal version or silver or gold because I didn't know how. And this was before internet. There probably was some strategy guide or something. I just never cared or knew how. And other than that, though, I don't really care for evolutions as much as everybody else does. I like Espeon and Umbreon the most out of all of them, though. But my daughter, if you have daughters, you are like me and you dread when Eevee sets come out. Not dread it, but you know you're going to be spending a lot of money because they love this stuff. When my kid saw this, she was like, oh, I need this box. Like, we don't even play the game anymore. She's like, I need it. I need it. Like, what are you going to put in it? Hair ties or something? She just needs it. So I don't know if I can get one of these for cheap. I'm going to pick one up for her to open. We'll open it on the channel. This is cool. Even if I can't find it for cheap on the secondary market on eBay, I know I'm going to buy this and this for her. Definitely. This, she collects EVs and she wasn't too wild about this. I'm not either. I don't really... Yeah, I'm not too wild about this card. The art's cool, it's just not for me. The sleeves are cool. This is going to be hard to get. But then I think back to the Charizard Ultra Premium Collection, and I remember I pre-ordered a bunch of them for like $300 each. And then as it got closer to the time, I know this is going to make me sound like a scumbag, but as it got closer to the time that it was like a week before, Walmart pre-orders went up for like $120. And I got a bunch of those and went and canceled my ones for like $250 or whatever I said, $300. I don't remember. It was something like that. It was way overpriced. And then they came out and everyone remembers. Those were so hyped. Everyone was like freaking out about those. And then they went down to like $90, $80 at Costco. No one even gave a shit about them anymore. And I should have picked a lot more up, but I just didn't because I don't like they take up too much space for me. I like booster boxes more. They have more packs and they don't take up as much space. And I don't really have a lot of storage. Okay. Next thing. This card is awesome. I like this card a lot. It's just an AR, so no texture. It looks like, I don't know, it looks like some kind of watercolor painting or something. My daughter's going to want this card. I don't really... So all the cards that I want, I buy in PSA 10s because I just have my vintage binder, and that's really all. All the other cards I was keeping binders when I got into it again, and then when my daughter got older, I just gave her all the cards and sold all the duplicates. So if she had a card in her binder and I had it in mine, I sold all mine that were the same as hers, duplicates, and gave her all the ones that she didn't have. Just modern cards, even cool ones too. But if it's not cool enough, like, I can't explain it. I have to be very picky, or we were opening sets and I was finding myself buying multiple copies of the same card, and I don't really want to do that anymore. The only thing I want to hoard, like I had ETBs full of just tons of single art rares, tons of the same copy, like when that Gengar, like not the Gengar, it's the Ghastly. When the Ghastly came out, I bought like 30 of those, and I had them for a long time. I sold them though. I sold them before it boom. This recent AR boom, I sold them all. I sold a huge binder. It had like 30 of those. It had 30 of the Mew flying, the textured one from the 151 UPC. I had tons of those. I filled up I don't know if it was a whole binder, but it was a huge binder. I sold it on eBay, but it was before the freaking boom. It was last year sometime. All right. Anyways, I lost my train of thought. I don't even know where we are. Oh, my kid wants this really bad. She has like 4 pages full of Ponyta and Rapidash cards. All right. This card. This is one of the ones I'm going to need. I need this card. I need this in a PSA 10. When I showed this card to my daughter, she went, meh. I was like, are you kidding me? You don't like this? She's like, yeah, I like her, but I don't really like this Pokemon at all. And this Pokemon's not one of my favorite Pokemon, but this is a badass Pokemon. Freaking Garchomp. And she's a pretty character. She's a pretty girl. And she doesn't seem underage, so I don't feel weird saying that. But this card is awesome. This card reminds me of playing Pokemon Stadium. Or actually, it reminds me of watching the show. But this card is sick. I can't wait to get this card. I hope it's not too expensive. And here we go. This card. And it's cool art. I just, I'm like a Gen 1 and 2 and 3. After Gen 1, 2, and 3, I grew up. Like I stopped playing Pokemon after that. Like I was a teenager. I was addicted to drugs, and I wasn't playing Pokemon. So Generation 1, 2, and 3 Pokemon are nostalgic for me. This one, of course, it wouldn't be nostalgic for me. It's new, but I don't know. I don't really like it. I don't really care for the Pokemon. It's not the art. The art is cool. The art is really cool. Like, if this was a Charizard doing that, I'd probably want it. But I don't really want this card. It'd be cool to pull it for my kid, but... Alright, next card. Okay. This card, this is amazing. I want this card, but I'm only going to get one copy. Okay, so if this, here we go. This is what I got. This is what I'm talking about. I got to show y'all this. If my daughter wanted this card, I'd have to buy 2 copies because I like it so much. I would have to get this in PSA 10 and get my kid a binder copy. This card, I'm going to get Aubrey a binder copy. I'm not going to get it in PSA 10. Just because. It'll go great next to her Starmie, the one with Starmie and Misty. She has that one too. It'll go good next to that. And the reason I do that is because I don't need 2 copies. I mean, I need 2 copies of some because I just, I don't know. I'm weird. But I don't need 2 copies of this. I'm going to get one for her, and man, it's just really cool. But this is my thoughts about this, and there's got to be someone out there. If you feel the same way about what I'm about to say, leave a comment down below and say you feel the same way. Imagine this card, exactly the art style. Imagine Cynthia. Her name's Cynthia, right? If it's not, I'm just going to get freaking flamed in the comments. I think her name's Cynthia. I guarantee it probably is. Okay. Imagine this card, and she's on the other side of the stadium. Just like this is Misty battling her, but with a freaking Gyarados. Gyarados is one of my favorite Pokemon, and I was hoping for a Misty's Gyarados like this. But they didn't. I mean, this art is freaking beautiful. I can't complain, but I'm saying, if you're like me, you should feel the same. All right, now, oh my gosh, this morning before work, I was looking at Instagram or something. This card, Typhlosion, is one of my he's my second Gen 2 starter. He's my Gen 2 starter. This Pokemon card is freaking sweet. I gotta have this card. I gotta have a PSA 10 of this card. This has to be my favorite art. I'm trying to think. This is my favorite art since the 151 Alakazam. Yep. This is my favorite art in... Wait, do I like... I don't know. This comes in second place. The first place is in Scarlet and Violet is the 151 Alakazam. This takes second place just because... Oh, man, I freaking love it. And then one more that I didn't see in this list is the Ho-Oh. I got to have the Ho-Oh in a PSA 10 too. Because, so from this Heatwave Arena set, I'm going to get this in a PSA 10, this in a PSA 10, and the Ho-Oh. Because I think the Ho-Oh will go cool when I'm holding it next to the Silver Tempest Lugia. I think those cards will look cool together. Yep. That's it. I kind of want to... Oh, okay. Should we look at the video? We're not going to look at the video. I'm just going to talk. Let me I don't need to close this, do I? Let me look real quick. Now we'll leave it open. I'm just going to talk about... Yeah, we'll leave it open. I'm going to talk about the what's it called? Tag grading. I'm going to talk about the tag grading situation. I don't want to watch the video or anything. I know everyone watching this has probably heard about it or seen that video of that guy going like that with one hand on his slab and it's just cracking. That sucks. As soon as I saw that video, I know some guys in the community that sent a bunch of cards. I don't know a bunch, but sent cards out to tag to get graded. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, ooh, my stomach kind of hurt for them. And they'll be able to sell them or keep them or whatever. I mean, they'll be able to get money. But I'm saying that was bad for that company. That guy who came up with, and then what was so bad is the response. I don't remember exactly what they said, but they were like, oh, that's just how we made them. Really? You made them super fragile? I get where they're coming from, but that's just a stupid fucking decision. Because I can say that because if you live in this world, how can you not think that something... Do you not know the people that, like, Amazon and all the courier services, FedEx, UPS, USPS is the worst. They throw things and things get knocked around in the back of their truck. And it's not so much as, like, I know they weren't probably thinking, it's the secondary market. So Tag could send you a box like PSA does with all your graded cards in a box and put bubble wrap around it. And, oh yeah, that's nice. And they pay, make sure it gets signed for and stuff. But it's not that. That's the problem. It's whenever, one time I got one of these cards. I got a PSA slab in a fucking envelope. Like, not just like a, oh man. I got one of these in a box just rattling around. People are stupid. And you can't expect, like, there's no way that those aren't going to crack and be in pieces. There's going to be mark my words. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I think within the coming months, you're going to see a lot of people like posting stuff about cracked things. And not only that, say you grade a $50,000 card and you send it off, you sell that $50,000 card and it gets cracked. A piece of the plastic could come off and scratch the card. It's not even about getting it reholdered if it cracks. It could damage the card and then you're screwed. That's just not a good look for a company. It's just not a good look. And I think they have to fix that. If they don't, well, guess what? I'm not grading with them. I'm never grading with anybody but PSA. And if another company took the top slot, I would grade with them. But I feel like nobody's going to beat PSA. And that's why I grade with them, because they're the most liquid and you get the most bang for your buck. I don't know why people always try to, and I have friends that do this, but I'm not hating on them. I just don't understand why you feel the need to grade with other companies. I don't know why. Maybe it's wait times. Maybe it's a cheaper price. Maybe it's just the hot thing. Like, I know maybe tag cards are fetching more of a premium right now because it's hot and they're marketing a ton. But man, when I saw that cracked thing, it was just not good. All right, guys, I think that's enough for today. I appreciate you. I hope y'all have a good day, and yeah, I'll see you next time. There's not one person in this godforsaken